The worn, floral armchair by the window was Daisy's throne. Her sleek, black fur absorbed the morning sun, and her emerald eyes, usually bright and playful, held a distant, melancholic gleam. It had been weeks since her own litter, 3 tiny, mewling balls of fluff, had succumbed to a sudden illness. The house felt too quiet, the joy in her purr replaced by a restless pacing and the occasional soft, mournful meow. The Richards family, David, Sarah, and their teenage daughter, Emily, tried their best, offering extra cuddles, new toys, and her favorite salmon-flavored treats, but Daisy remained withdrawn. Daisy had been a gift, a tiny, abandoned kitten the Richards found shivering under their porch 5 years ago. She was a scrawny thing back then, but she'd quickly filled their home with life, a boisterous whirlwind of purrs, playful pounces, and head-butting affection. Now, that vibrancy was dimmed, replaced by a quiet sadness that tugged at their hearts. Then, the puppies started appearing. It started with one, a tiny, whimpering bundle of tan fur, no bigger than Sarah's hand, nestled in the middle of the living room rug. David had found it when he got up for his early morning coffee. Daisy, instead of reacting with her usual skittishness towards anything new, was gently nudging it, a low rumble vibrating in her chest. The Richards were bewildered. Where had it come from? They carefully examined the pup, finding no collar or identifying tags. Someone must have lost it, Sarah had said, her brow furrowed. We need to take it to the vet and call the shelter. But before they could do that, another puppy arrived. And then another. Each morning, a new addition would appear, sometimes tucked behind the sofa, sometimes curled up in Daisy's favorite bed. The Richards were growing increasingly concerned. The pups were all different breeds, though all small and clearly young. They started knocking on doors, asking neighbors if they'd lost their puppies. Everyone shook their heads, confused. Suspicion began to simmer within the neighborhood. Whispers of a cat napper started circulating. Some neighbors suggested that Daisy, having lost her kittens, was stealing other people's beloved pets. Emily, her heart aching for Daisy, tried to defend her, arguing that her cat was too gentle for such a thing. But even she was beginning to doubt, her initial sympathy morphing into a knot of unease. The tension escalated. The Richards found themselves answering accusatory glances and uncomfortable silences. One evening, a neighbor, Mrs. Henderson, whose prize-winning beagle had recently given birth to a large litter, came to their door, her eyes flashing with anger. "Where are they?" she demanded, her voice trembling. "Where have you hidden my puppies?" David, Sarah, and Emily were aghast. "We haven't hidden anyone's puppies." David protested, but Mrs. Henderson didn't believe them. The whole situation was becoming a nightmare.